There is a woman at your job. Let us call her Maya. 18 months ago, she was the person the team could not run without. She trained the new hires, she caught the errors before they shipped. Now her calendar has gaps in it. Her weekly one-on-one got moved twice, then it got shortened to 15 minutes. Nobody has told her anything is wrong, and that is exactly the point. Nothing is wrong. Something is being decided. What is happening to Maya has a name. She is being managed out. Not fired, not warned, managed. It is a process, not an event, and by the time most people feel it, it is already half finished. By the end of this video, you are going to be able to read it in real time, on your own calendar, in your own inbox. And once you can read it, you cannot stop seeing it. Here is the first thing to understand. Nobody schedules a meeting to decide you are finished. The decision is made quietly, over weeks, in rooms you are not in. What you experience is not the decision. What you experience is the cleanup. The system removes you the way it would decommission a piece of equipment, carefully, quietly, in a sequence. That sequence has stages, and they are visible if you know where to look. It starts with your calendar. This is the part people miss because it feels like a relief. Your one-on-one gets shorter, then it gets moved, then it gets canceled this week. We'll catch up later. You tell yourself your manager is just busy. Your manager is not busy with you anymore. This is the freeze-out. Access is the first thing to go because access is the cheapest thing to withdraw. Then your work starts moving. A project you owned gets redistributed for bandwidth. A meeting you used to run happens without you on the invite. A thread where decisions get made stops including your name. You are not being punished, you are being routed around. The system is testing whether it still runs without you. And here's the quiet cruelty of it. The better you trained everyone, the faster this goes. Watch what happens to feedback. For years it came to you in the hallway, a nod, a good catch. Now it comes in writing. Now there's a follow-up email after every conversation. Now a small miss that nobody would have mentioned last year gets documented. The praise stops, only the corrections survive. You are not imagining the chill. You are watching a record get built. Here's the part nobody warns you about. That record is not for you. You think the written feedback is a chance to improve. It is not a conversation. It is a file. It exists so that when the decision becomes official, it looks like a conclusion instead of a choice. By the time anyone uses the word performance, the paper that justifies it already exists. You were given a chance to respond to it. You just didn't know that was what it was.
Now meet a second person. Call him David. David is the new hire who has been shadowing your processes. He sits in your meetings to learn. He asks you to write down how you do things. You do it because you are helpful, because you're a professional. David is not a colleague. David is continuity. You are not mentoring him. You are documenting yourself so the system can keep running after you are gone. This is the moment to say it plainly. Being managed out is not about whether you are good. Maya was good. You may be the best on your team. That is not the variable. The variable is whether you have become expensive, inconvenient, or simply someone a new manager did not choose. Competence does not protect you here. Sometimes competence is the reason, because the system has decided it can get the same output cheaper, or quieter, or from someone it controls more easily. So let me say the thing you most need to hear. You did everything right. You stayed late, you covered for people, you made yourself indispensable, and none of it bought you the safety you were promised it would. That is not a personal failure. That is the system working exactly as designed. The loyalty was real, it was just never a contract. Now here is what we call all of this, and once you have the name, you cannot unsee it. Being managed out is the orderly removal of a person before any formal action is taken. The freeze out withdraws your access. The redistribution withdraws your work. The paper trail builds the justification. The shadow builds your replacement. and the silence keeps you calm while it happens. Each one alone looks like nothing. Together they are a sequence, and the sequence has a direction. Watch how it runs at the top where the stakes are higher. A senior director with 15 years in suddenly gets a strategic realignment. His team is split under 2 other leaders, his title stays, his scope evaporates. He is told it's a promotion in everything but name. 6 months later, the role is no longer needed. Nobody lied to him, they just managed him out at a level where it comes with a better vocabulary. The mechanism does not change with seniority, only the language gets more polite. So what do you actually do with this? You do not panic, and you do not confront. You read the sequence and you start moving before it finishes. The moment your access narrows, your leverage is already outside the building, not inside it. The people who survived this did not win an argument with the system. They saw the freeze-out early, and they stopped waiting for it to be fair. Maya is fine, by the way. She read her own calendar 3 months before anyone said a word. She did not get angry, she got accurate. And accurate is the only thing that has ever protected anyone here. Being managed out only works on people who do not have a name for it. Now you do. That's corporate GPS, the map they never handed you.